Hello, my friends. Hope you are all doing well. I decided to just hop on a minute early just so I could pull my live up on the other side of the screen. So if you are watching the replay, go ahead and skip forward just a minute so I can pull everything up and we should be good to go on the other side. It looks like we are good to go. Happy Tuesday, my friends. Today is Tuesday, November 4th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're watching me live during that time, you have caught me right here on YouTube. For those of you that might be new to my channel, welcome. My name is Tammy Civello, and welcome to Cards by TLC. And it is Fun Fold week on this week of Teach It Tuesday with Tammy and Jenny. You know me, I love a good fun fold. Hello, Jenny. Welcome in. Good morning. Hope you are doing well today, my friend and counterparts. But today is Fun Fold week, and I decided I was inspired by my dear friend Lisa Curcio of Lisa's Stamp Studio here on YouTube. She created this lower gate Dutch fold card is what she called it, and I am showcasing the brand new Brushed with Beauty suite. We did play with it last Tuesday, so you got some interaction with this beautiful designer paper. This is the star of the show, and this suite, I found out, is featured in Stampin' Up's card class of the month. So I'll be sure that I include that link to if you'd like to register through Stampin' Up's card class of the month. They are featuring this suite, so I'm excited to register for myself. That registration opens up today. This product became available as of this morning, so we are good to go to play with this and order this and all the fun things. This paper is absolutely stunning. Like I said, we did play with it last week, and we played with the Words of Beauty part of the suite. So we showcased the sentiments and the dies. Today we're featuring the flowers. I am going to be using the stamp set I Think You're Amazing, so we'll be featuring that. I haven't yet played with the embossing folder, so I still need to play with the embossing folder of this. Can't wait to show that. Maybe I'll play with that with some vellum, because vellum is also part of this suite, and the suite also comes with these gorgeous Pearls of Beauty pearls, so we're going to be using that today. And then again, we are featuring, oh, there goes most of the stamps. We are featuring this designer paper today. It is absolutely stunning. I am showcasing actually using this pattern right here, which is more of a toned down version, and I keep dropping stuff. It keeps falling off of my desk, and we're about ready to lose this again, so hold please. I didn't need the whole test come tumbling down. I'm in the process of cleaning my craft room, and well, we all know how that is. So I am using this designer paper pattern today, and I actually am doing, instead of the flowers on this one, this was, I used, I believe I used, yes, I used Pretty in Pink and Flirty Flamingo on this color combo. I thought that this was stunning. It goes really well with the Mossy Meadow. All of these colors go great with the Mossy Meadow, even the Darling Duckling, which is not my favorite color, but I still loved playing with that. And today I took a page out of what Patty designed last Friday on her live, and she used the gray granite, and I believe she also used basic beige, but I just decided to just do the gray granite, and it actually did fairly well. Hi Martha, good morning. Oh, thank you. I am so happy to be back. I started some new medication last week, and it just took some time to get adjusting to, so I am back in action. So I used the gray granite on my flowers today. I know that it's not typical, but blends really, really well with this pattern paper. So I decided to pull out the gray granite. We are also using the Spotlight of Nature Circles dies. So I did that in Mossy Meadow and Basic White, and then I die cut out some of the floor or some of the leaves that come with it. And let me grab my stuff here. Apparently I trimmed my nails right before my live and now I can't grab anything. Okay, we're good to go. And I even have one of the petal or the Flirty Flamingo and Pretty in Pink flower. Don't think that that's gonna fare well, so I think I'm gonna just stick with the grays on that. But we have our Mossy Meadow card base, and this piece is cut at 7 1/8 by 8 inches. So you only get one out of one piece of 8.5 by 11, sadly, but I loved this fold so much. I just wanted to share it with you. And then we have two pattern pieces. These two pieces are cut at 2 1/8 by 3 3/4. So this piece goes right here on the front and then on the inside as well. And then we have our 4 panel pieces right here and right here. And these pieces are cut at 1 3/4 by 2 1/4. So we have 4 of those. Our inside basic white panel piece is cut at 3 3/4 by 4.5. And then I have a 1/2 inch strip of designer paper, coordinating designer paper, that is a 1/2 inch by 3 3/4. So those are the parts and pieces. And let me go ahead and get this off to the side here, and then we'll come in and do our scoring and cutting out. So again, we have a 7 1/8 by 8 inch piece of cardstock here. And I am going to bring my paper trimmer in here, and we're going to do our scoring first and foremost. And along the 8 inch side, we're going to be scoring at 2 inches and 6 inches. So 2 inches and 6 inches along the 8 inch side. Then we're going to go ahead and rotate that cardstock, and we are going to score at 2 3/8, which is just below that 2.5 mark, 2 3/8, and 4 3/4. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and rotate that down, and we're going to be removing, I don't know if you can see the score line. I think that's a good angle. We're going to be removing this panel right here, these two panel pieces, and these two panel pieces of our cardstock. You can do it by hand, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how you can do it on your paper trimmer as well. So we're going to go ahead and line that back up at our 2 inch mark, and we're going to be bringing our cutting guide right here to the top, so 2 inches, and we're going to cut down to this second score line. So from the top down to this second score line. Then we're going to go ahead and slide that back down to the 6 inch mark, right where the scoring is in the paper trimmer, and we're going to do the exact same thing. Cut from the top down to that second score line. Now we're going to go ahead and remove these panel pieces right here. Hold on. Yes, I had to think that out. I was like, wait a second. Then we're going to be removing these two panel pieces. Now we're going to line this up 3/4, which is this cutting guide right, or this score line right here. And we're going to just cut down to this first cut mark. And then we're going to lift this up, and I'm going to bring this down, and we're going to cut from the bottom up to that score line. And that basically removes those panel pieces. Just like that and just like that. And that leaves you with our side panel pieces and then our top folding piece right there. And there is our mechanism. And you'll still see a crease right here, your score right here. That is perfectly fine. That's actually going to be covered up. I had to think that one out there. I was like, wait, that's not right. Yeah, it is. It's all right. So let's go ahead and start off by adhering our inside panel piece. We just got to add our panel pieces now. Again, this is 3 3/4 by 4.5. And I'm going to bring in my liquid glue just because we're dealing with panel pieces. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and bring in our 2 panel pieces, one for the front and one for the inside. So that is going to go right here. Again, this is 2 1/8 by 3 3/4. And we're just going to start gluing our pieces on. Isn't it a fun card? Lisa, in my opinion, is fantastic with fun folds, and anytime I'm struggling with learning a new fun folds, I like to go to her page. She always has the latest and greatest of fun folds. And you know me, I love a good fun fold. Okay, look how gorgeous. This paper is absolutely stunning. I'm going to go ahead and do my strip for the inside of the basic white. This paper coordinates really, really well with each other. And that's what I love about our Stampin' Up! Designer paper. So I'm going to go ahead and add my 2 panel pieces on the inside. There's that. Thank you all again for being patient with me last week. I've just been struggling to get on my medications and stuff like that, getting adjusted to new meds. So sometimes being diabetic is not fun. And I'm very open and honest with my diabetes. And since it is November, it is diabetes month, so diabetes awareness month. So unfortunately, it's one of those things. It's about trial and error. But I'm finding some really yummy, healthy meals that I'm falling in love with, so that's good. Okay, so there we have that side, and then our front little piece right here. And there is the base of everything. Now I'm going to go ahead and come in here. I'm going to come in with the old olive and stamp my sentiments. I think you're amazing. And we're going to do that towards the bottom. That way we can build our flower arrangement towards the top. Okay, there is that. And then I'm going to adhere this down Okay, and now we can build our flower arrangement. Let's see here. Thought I cut out a piece of greenery. Hold please. Might still be in here. Yes, it is. I like this piece of the greenery. It gives us like 3 different leaves. It's a great bundle. So I'm just gonna lay this down right here because that I know is where I want it to lay. And rather than fighting the glue, I'm gonna bring in a Stampin' Dimensional and hold that down with a Stampin' Dimensional because I know I'm gonna be popping up my flowers. So this is a great tip on bringing in different layers, on putting your leaves behind there. So they're just kind of doing like a peekaboo out. And then I'm gonna come in here. This one, the other one I did 2 small ones. This one I'm gonna do a larger one and then a small one. And I'm just gonna come in here and see where I wanna poke that out. And let me see how this looks. If I wanna trim this leaf down, I'm just gonna come in here. That's a lot of green. So I think I'm gonna trim this one down just to where it has just a little bit poking out. So I'm just gonna take my snips and see where I want that to come out. If I want it at the top or if I want it at the bottom. Let's see here. Might want it right there. This one has a lot of green in it, like the mossy green. Do you guys like that? See if I can get this to where, do you guys like that? Or do you think it needs any green? Or maybe coming out the bottom down here? I kind of don't want to hide that flower. Do you think coming down the bottom section right there? Oh, we're very glitchy. I'm so sorry, you guys. I just realized we're glitching. I kind of think I like this. I'm trying to get it to where you could still see it. Just make sure I'm not missing anything. I think I'll go with that. Looks perfect. Okay. So we're going to hold that down there. And we'll put that flower right there. I know it's really odd for the gray, for a gray flower, but it really softens this look. And then I'm just going to come in here and I'm just going to take some Seal Plus and just do the top half because you don't want to glue the whole thing down. So there is that. Then I think we'll come in get my take your pick tool pick. And I'll put that in the center of that. And this in the center here. And there we have it. There is our fold. And we have two different versions. We have like the Flirty Flamingo and the other softer warm tone of the gray. I love it. I never would have thought of putting gray granite as a flower. So thank you, Patty, for your inspiration on that. And thanks to Lisa Curcio for her inspiration of this fold today. But this will be it for me today, my friends. Thank you again for being patient with me. I will be back on Thursday with my template Thursday with Tammy. So you love the Flirty Flamingo? Yeah, me too, Jenny. I do too. I love this one too. But this one's very pretty. All the papers are so pretty in this pack, and I cannot wait to do the class that Stampin' Up has to offer. And I'll be sure to put that link in the blog post tomorrow. Again, all the details will be on my blog post tomorrow at cardsbytlc.com, including the PDF for the online that went live today. But be sure to head back on Facebook at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time today with Jenny at Stampin' with Jen at 2 N's in Stampin' and 2 N's in Jen. And she has a great fun fold for us. And I will see you all Thursday for another episode of Template Thursday with Tammy. In the meantime, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you all next time for more creative fun. Bye, everyone.